Hello, and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 20. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
We're in person. If the audio sounds weird, it's because it's on my phone.
Yeah, because we're
at ProTour.
Heck yeah.
We're at Flesh and Blood ProTour number 1 in Secaucus, New Jersey.
Yep.
And having a great time. I'm definitely awake.
He's lying.
It is definitely after 8 o'clock in the morning.
It is, actually.
Slightly. And we've had a great time, met a bunch of great people, done a bunch of great things, so I figured we'd hop right into the podcast and start talking about it.
Yep, this is Sunday, so this is our normal day, just a little earlier in the day, and we're at the end of Pro Tour for us, because I don't think we're going to stick around for most of Sunday's events. We have done our events. And
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it has been a heck of a weekend, I gotta say. I have more stuff to do after this, but it's crazy. It's been a good time. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of activity, a lot of energy. Way more tiring than I would have expected.
Yeah, just the social interaction and playing the games and running back and forth.
I can't imagine being the pros.
No.
Like after this, I'm like, how do they do 9 games in a row? Like,
that's why I was
insane.
like, I'm just gonna sign up for the Limit Go Again package, and I'm gonna play some sealed and have some fun. If it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And so that's what I did.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Our first impressions are our impressions of Pro Tour number 1. How did it go? What do you think about it? What's your favorite part?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of aspects. I guess overall, I think it went really well. Rumored to have more people than LSS were expecting, so we're thinking a little over 1,000.
I think it's more.
Or more.
Maybe closer to 2,000. I don't know, because I think the guesstimate was going to be between 1 and 2,000, so 1,500.
Yeah.
Split the difference. So maybe it was more towards 18. I don't know. It's hard to estimate in a venue where people are coming in and out all the time, and they're there for certain events, but not others. There was a lot of people. I can say that. And there was one point where they put out a message. I don't know if it was on Twitter or through something else, but they basically said we're monitoring the number of registrations for events to make sure we don't exceed venue capacity, because there's a still COVID safety capacity thing.
Right.
So that means they were hitting the upper limit of what they expected, because they rented this space with an expectation. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I played in 2 sealed events. So I played in the Monarch sealed event on Friday, and then I played in the Tails sealed event Saturday. Went 2-2 in the Monarch one, which I was pretty happy with, because I've never done Monarch sealed. And I pulled a bunch of Prism Majestics, so I did that. First 2 games went well. I won. Then the back 2, I lost. Both against 2 very nice, very good players. One was from New Zealand. The other one was from Switzerland or Sweden.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him.
I felt bad because he was like, "Oh, so where are you from?" And I was like, "Down South Jersey, like close to Philly." And he was like, "I know that from cultural references." And I was like, "Yeah, like Rocky." And he looked at me like a deer in the headlights. And I was like, "Oh, okay,
not that one,
not that one." But very nice guy. I was like. It was about a 2-hour drive. He was like, I had a 2-hour drive to the airport. And I was like, oh, wow. Fair enough.
Yeah, people have come from all over. I heard so many languages while we were here, just like in the vendor line or whatever. It's just like, it's really cool. It's a really international event. It was really neat.
Both of them were here they actually both got invited to the Pro Tour. That's why they were here. And then dropped out. And
scrubbed out.
To play the side events, which I think, I don't know, side events were a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Less pressure, just get to focus on playing a nice game and meeting nice people.
Yeah.
And then we weren't able to muster up the energy to use our on-demand drafts, which before coming here, I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to work. So basically, in the package, you get 2 sealed event tickets. There's 1 Friday, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday. You can pick which 2 you want to do. And then you can do 2 on-demand drafts, which basically you just go to the registration, say you're ready to do a draft, and they give you one of those beepers like you're waiting for your table at a restaurant. And then once you have 8 you meet up and then you do a tails draft, but it's single elimination. So if you lose, then you just drafted a whole deck to lose one
Play
game.
once, yeah.
So just didn't muster up the energy, and there were so many other things I wanted to do, and friends who I'm not able to see all the time, and we wanted to spend time together and play games on our own.
Yeah.
Played a bunch of Ultimate Pit Fight on the side.
Oh my god, we played side to side, like of the side events, off the side events, on the side, in the hallway. I don't know. I played a lot of games. I played almost no official sanctioned games. I got in the first draft, the Monarch draft, or sealed, because I'd never done that before. I did 1-1, and then I bailed to go hang out with people. And it was fine. I actually pulled a Luminaris, and I pulled an Eclipse. So I've never pulled that in a pack. So I got a Legendary in a pack. That was pretty awesome. I did sell to a vendor here. It wasn't worth very much because that one's probably one of the worst Legendaries in all of them.
But you did pull one.
I did pull one. And I have one at home, so I'm not too worried about it. But it was neat. It was a fun event. It did not last long, and it was exhausting. And hanging out with people was more fun. And then we played just games. Like, though I only played 2 or 3 games of official games, I definitely played my Reinhardt deck like 8 times already, and I put it together here. Like, I bought cards to finish it here. So I played that 8 or 9 times. We played Commoner with the Commoner packs they had available at the vendor, which was
weird.
Interesting. I have opinions. We can leave that for another episode.
Commoner opinions. We played Commoner for the first time. It's okay.
It's something.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. And then I was playing my Wizard deck on the first day. We did Ultimate Pit Fight. And we had a 5-person Ultimate Pit Fight. So we
Channel Lake Frigid and Ultimate Pit Fight. It's rude. Don't do it.
Yes, it was awesome.
It's like,
and I did it twice in a row.
It's like, hey, everybody,
everyone's
this turn's
taxed.
screwed.
You're screwed, especially when you do it on the person that's right after you, because it literally is the full cycle. It was funny. It was great. I loved it. So just Wizard things. Yeah, it was good. Played a lot of games. Had a lot of fun. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Got to see a lot of people.
Yes.
Talk about the people you chatted with and saw. There was a lot of them.
Yeah. I got to meet Rudy from Alpha Investments. That was super cool. He was at a store booth, and I saw him. So I went up, said hi, got my picture taken with him, talked for a little bit. And then I actually talked to him again Sunday after the Cosplay Contest. He was over there watching that. And we'll talk about that in a second, but Babs and I won the lore book for coming in 3rd at the Cosplay Contest, and he was asking me about it. And
he wanted to steal it from
me.
He was trying to take it. Rudy was trying to snag that book because he came over and said it was a 1st edition or something like that. Yeah. Really cool award. Really awesome.
Yeah, so the Cosplay Contest, that was a thing, and it was very fun. We got there it started at 1:30, so we got there a little before, went and got some cards signed, which was another thing we did. And I've never gotten cards signed before, but they look awesome.
Yeah.
They do this like shadow thing where they do,
it's like
basically double signed. And there's like a black line underneath and then a metallic one over top.
It's almost like artists are artistic.
I know. I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
And it's gorgeous, and we appreciate that.
And the other thing that I noticed they do is they take an eraser.
Oh.
And they scrub out part of the text so it pops more.
Oh.
So they actually take an eraser to the text in here.
Oh.
So that this stands
out above it. Interesting. I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, so then we went over, got in line, registered for the Cosplay Contest, and did a little interview with the person, talked about how long Babs had been working on them and how long she's been doing cosplay and what made us want to do it for this event. And
now, was that the organizer or was that the judges?
The organizer.
Okay, yeah.
Who then gave the list that he was writing down to the judges.
Okay, so they have like a context when they're judging.
Yes,
and
so they did. They had the context that Babs made both costumes, and that it took about 2 months, and
it was impressive.
Yeah,
it was impressive. Yeah, I was a bystander taking pictures and watching. And of the competition, I had you guys pegged in top 3. I wasn't sure because there was one other that was really good, and then when they did a photo shoot, and the person who ended up winning first place was in an Exude Confidence,
which was very cool.
Very cool weapons. Yeah, and she like worked the camera.
Yeah.
Like she was like model style, like doing the poses and stuff, and like really doing it like up. So I was like, oh, that took it up a notch. And then the Cavdane, who was second place, their outfit was really, really good. I was like, oh, that's a run for your money.
Yeah, the mechanical arm was very well done.
Yeah, but you guys looked phenomenal, and clearly, I mean, you got third place technically, but I think you got the first place award. You didn't get the Taylor card, but you got the book.
Yeah, so I was confused because when they announced it, there was only a first and second prize.
No, there was a book mentioned.
I know, like first place got Taylor, and then second was the book.
Yeah, maybe they had an extra or something.
Yeah,
interesting.
But
or he just liked them so much he couldn't decide. James White
was geeking out,
loving this. The cosplay, I was watching from the side, and he'd run up with his personal cell phone and like take pictures like a fan. It was amazing.
And we got to take pictures with him.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, which is posted on our social, so check that out. But yeah, so cool. What a cool event. I mean, the energy, the people that were, everyone doing the cosplay, like, we're just into it. It was really cool. It was really fun.
Yeah. As another prize, they did give everyone who participated in the cosplay contest another Yorick Bard.
Yeah, we were a little worried that they were giving everyone a Taylor. And we were like, what? I would have worn a dress to get a Taylor. What in the world? I was tempted to wear, just for background, I was tempted to wear just a green dress and be like, this is a tunic. Just to get into the Taylor award, but it worked out fine. I don't think I would have done it for a second Yorick.
But it's a second Yorick.
Yeah, it's okay. I got my one Yorick.
The Yorick the Bard card is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Very, very
It's
nice.
just like the Starvo cold foil double-sided.
Yeah. And it's really well done. And so here's the thing that's interesting. Like, so we're guessing between 1,500, 2,000 people, give or take. So that's how many Yoricks are in the world.
Yeah.
Not that many. That's a low number. That's a low pop.
But they also had extra to give
the
cosplayers, but that's not that.
Yeah, that was like 30 people, maybe, maybe not even that many, right?
But it's also its debut, so I wonder if it's like this year's.
It's possible, yeah.
So like in France, is it going to be Yorick?
It could be, yeah. There may be another opportunity. They did not promise this was solo, exposure of this card, but it's a gorgeous card.
It is.
Very nice.
And it's still going to be low.
And one already sold for 500, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Which I think is silly.
The price has already dropped, so don't count it as $500.
Yeah.
But very, very interesting, very cool. Just kind of door prize for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. We never finished who all we saw here as far as content creators. So we saw Rudy.
So after I kind of wanted to talk about the cosplay contest first, because after the cosplay contest, Fabled Academy pulled Babs and I over and did a quick interview for them. Absolutely amazing group. It's a couple from Germany who are dead set on making official LSS videos and social media stuff. They basically brought it upon themselves, got themselves here, brought all the equipment, and were like, what do you want us to do? And they are the nicest people, very wholesome, very genuine, just wanting to help the community and wanting to help LSS grow this game. And so we did an interview for them, and then we come back. We're exhausted. We run back to the Airbnb afterwards, and because I have a giant indent on my forehead.
Wondering if you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah. So after the cosplay contest, I went over to the sealed event for Tails. I did my deck build. Didn't go great. I pulled one mythic. It was an awakening. I went Oldhim, played the first game. Got briared to death with Arcane, no tilt, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. My forehead was hurting so bad because the wig cap and then the wig was just digging in. So we get back to the Airbnb. I take it off, and there's like a giant indent just wrapped around my head.
Which may or may not still
Which
be
may or may
here
not.
the next day. So
It's
if you
gone
happen to
down.
see Tommy,
It's gone down.
It is, but it is definitely there.
Yeah. And so then they reached back out to us and we're like, hey, so we talked to LSS and they want us to do an official video for
Very
them
cool.
and about the cosplay contest. And so we went back over it, but I was like, hey, we're out of costume. Like, is that okay? And they were like, yeah, that's even better because they want to do like the people behind. So we did an interview with them with the costumes, and they also wanted the aspect of the people behind the costumes.
That's cool.
Which I thought was really cool and very forward thinking.
So official.
So yeah, Babs and I will be on
LSS video.
official LSS video about cosplay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm super glad that this part of the community is taking off. Clearly, there's popularity. I mean, like 30 or so participants in the competition alone. There was
And
even
all of them.
more people.
Oh, I
wandering
do.
around in cosplay.
I do want to shout out the Levia cosplayer.
Oh,
He
so
was so cool.
That was Mansane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did had the summoning circle with
Yeah.
a stuffed rabbit and little light up candle.
Yeah, and a hand. It was like the whole scene.
Blood.
Yeah,
Fake
and
blood
then,
they poured for the.
And then
for
his
the
buddy
shot.
came over and poured fake corn syrup blood
Yeah, I
into his
was
hand,
like,
so he's like
whoa.
dripping blood.
Yeah, just 100% in. 100% in.
It was super cool.
I think everyone did a really good job. Like, there's some really cool
yeah.
costumes. There's a lot of energy, like a lot of fun. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of cosplay competitions, but I just enjoyed it as a spectator. I actually enjoyed just watching you guys go up there and do the shots and everything. I'm like, this is cool. Everyone is really having a good time with this.
Yeah, I guess there's also going to be an article on fabtcg.com where they did get a couple group shots, and then we all did individual shots.
And I did get one, because you only played one match, right?
Yeah.
In your Bravo outfit. I got a picture of you playing.
I look so defeated.
You're definitely concentrating. I'm like, oh, well, this is the shot I got.
I think that was when I had to pitch to block Arcane.
You're like, God, I hate Arcane.
Yeah, I had to pitch an Earth card and then use the rest of my hand to block out. And I was just like,
this is horrible.
Yeah.
And my head hurts.
Yeah. I'm done.
Cool. Was there more on that?
So going to potentially be doing something more with Fabled Academy in the future. So looking forward to that. And then the other group that we met were Fresh and Buds, which are a bunch of really cool guys. Did an interview with them after the cosplay contest. We have mutual friends, so we're going to try and connect, do some kind of crossover between our podcasts. Or some kind of content. Maybe we can challenge them to a duel or something.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It seemed like good guys coming from all over the world. So got to meet them, and trying to think of anyone else.
I had one run-in with so we were in the line to get the signatures, which we'll talk about in a second, in Artist Alley. And that line moved very, very slow. So you got an opportunity to talk to people.
Yeah.
And it was over by the recording booth for the top tier events. So this was round 12, I believe, 9-3, the two players there. So Alex from Team Covenant, and then one of the people that has ended up in top 8, and I don't recall his name off the top of my head, were there sitting down for a match. And we were just talking to people around. Everyone's like, oh, this is really cool to see. And I was like, that guy's really good, because I know Alex is really good from Team Covenant. He's just a very skilled player. And he's like, I like to think so, this guy that was standing on the outside. I was like, do you know him? He's like, yeah, he's my brother. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. So we chatted for a second. But it was just really neat to see that competitive event live.
Sure.
It's not set up like an arena or anything, but there was a crowd around each of the high tier tables, and it was very intense to watch. And unfortunately, Alex lost that match. It was a crazy matchup of Briar versus Kano, and Kano was down to 7 life. Briar, who was Alex, was up at 34 or something like that, and slowly got taken down. I have no idea how it happened because the line moved away, so I couldn't see the plays, but I am dying to see the rematch of that, or like the replay of that. I have no
Yeah.
idea what happened.
I haven't been able to watch any of it.
Leave a comment if you know how that happened or what that deck was, because Kano came in like a freaking storm in this competition. I did not see this coming, and I love
someone
when
figured something out.
Yeah, I love when the meta shakes so hard, and it did. It shook hard for this. So, very excited to review the plays. Unfortunately, even being here, I have very little idea what the heck is going on. I would actually know more about this if I was at home, because I'd be watching
that's
all the coverage.
That's fair.
But I had a great time being here, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyone else you met it's worth mentioning? I think that's pretty much it. You said you spoke with Hayden. I definitely saw Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan, Hayden from Arsenal Pass. I met them on Friday. We had just rolled in. We were just checking out the venue. Or no. Yeah, it was before the
Before I got before I got in or something. I don't know where it was.
We had just gotten there, and we were just checking out the venue, walked all the way to the back, and I saw Brendan's bright white hair.
He does stand out.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that is Brendan.
I saw him multiple times over the course. Yeah. Not that it was such a big or crowded place that you couldn't spot, but his hair stands out. Like, you notice it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's intentional.
Yeah, of course.
And so got to introduce myself to him and talk to him for a bit. He said he was playing Kano, and then
both of them were.
Yeah, and then Hayden came out. I got to talk to him for a bit. And
so there's definitely some tech. I can't wait
something.
to look at the tech on this afterwards.
But yeah, both very nice guys. It seemed it was in between rounds, so I didn't want to take up too much of their time, but wanted to just express that I'm a fan and appreciate what they do for the community.
Yeah.
And so met them, I think.
That was it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw everyone. Everyone was here that is a regular flesh and blood community person that was supposed to be here. I didn't see Tall Timmy, though he is here, apparently.
He is here.
I just missed him.
Yeah.
And there was a few, like Red Zone Rogue, I didn't see, but he was a commentator.
So
I think they had them stashed in like a back room and then up on the main stage, and that was it.
And then like Flake and DM Armada.
Yeah, Flake. I actually did see Flake twice.
Oh.
I saw him walking through the halls, but that was it. But those guys are busy. They're trying to make this look really good for everyone that can't make it here.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the work they're putting in, and I don't want to get in their face.
Absolutely.
Anyways, cool. What else did you like about it? Was there anything else you wanted to talk about in particular?
I don't know.
I enjoyed just the atmosphere, the crowd, the people were generally really freaking nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Very approachable,
absolutely.
Very kind and forgiving. My games went really smoothly. Players were, one was hyper energetic and competitive, but like friendly, wasn't a problem. And then the other was a newer player that was also trying to figure things out, so I was being helpful to her and it was really good. And the demographics, like the diversity and inclusion here has been really solid. I was, I don't know that I was surprised by it because it does seem Fab is very inclusive, but it was just one of those things where it's like, this is nice to see. That this is a very inclusive event and people feel welcome and comfortable here. So I thought that was pretty cool just because I don't think card games have historically always been that way.
No, and it was a very diverse crowd too.
Yeah, for sure. So I thought that was neat.
A lot more female players than I expected.
That's what. Yeah. It was just this is like a crowd of gamers as opposed to where you go to at least historically. I haven't been to like a big Magic event, but I've been to Magic events, and they are not.
No,
not to say that it's intentional or anything. It just isn't. So this was very different.
It was much closer to. I wouldn't say it was 50-50, but it was. Yeah. It was probably like 70-30.
Yeah, it was a fair number. Yeah. Enough where I think people would feel comfortable just being who they are.
Absolutely.
I thought that was pretty neat. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see any indication that there was any negative experiences for people, no matter their background, which is cool. Let's see. Card signing took a long time, was really neat. The artists were awesome.
Yeah. I got Federico Mazzetti to sign my Lexi and my Pulverize. So I have a Lexi promo rainbow foil that I got signed. and then a pulverized full art rainbow that I got signed. And then we got Steve Argyle to sign my rainbow Icelander promo. And I got a Steve Argyle mat with these really adorable kittens.
I love that mat.
And it's so cool. It's the only mat that I need now. I don't need any more mats.
It's really cute. It's an angel kitten and a demon kitten, but they're both really just adorable kittens.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to cover. There was awesome events, great people. The venue was good, walkable to our Airbnb, which is fantastic. I think.
High ceilings, good air circulation, so it felt
masks.
good. Masks were
Everyone's
required.
wearing masks, so even though Tommy isn't in his pictures, he just took them off for a second.
Yeah. So a lot of people were taking their mask off to take pictures for just a quick second.
And I think the invited stars were allowed to not have their masks on. I think that was explicit because they were supposed to be speaking and recognizable and things like that. It looked like it because they, and even some of them kept masks on for a lot of the time, but it's just one of those things where it's like, and I've been to other events, not game related, but where it's like, if you're a speaker, you don't wear your mask because it interferes with the mic. It causes issues. It's just part of the production and how you do it. But yeah, otherwise it was 100% masks and very respectful, and everyone seemed great, which I'm glad about. It's not required here from a locality standpoint. I don't think it's required here from the conference standpoint, but it's a fab community thing, and I'm glad they're taking safety seriously, especially with an international crowd. This has the potential to be a super spreader event, and they definitely are preventing that. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah, they're doing their best. Put it that way. Let's see. Was there anything else that was awesome that you enjoyed? My favorite part was just our games on the side. I had a lot of games in, and that was a lot of fun. I don't get to play 10 games of Fab very often. I definitely did this weekend. Yeah.
I learned a Lexi deck, which was super fun. I had been building it for a while and finally got to play it this weekend. It's kind of a hybrid, but then it's like a go tall, but sometimes can go wide. But it still does Ranger things where sometimes you just don't draw an arrow. And then you're just like, I'm not attacking this turn.
I don't have anything to shoot with.
So, Ranger things.
My Reinhardt deck I threw together is an online list, but I've been looking at it for a while. I played it on Tabletop Simulator a few times. But this is the first weekend actually giving it a test run. And my first 5 games were terrible because I just didn't understand Reinhardt. But I'm starting to get there. I think it's my new Blitz staple since my Wizard decks are both banned now.
Yeah.
Or have unofficial or illegal cards for Blitz. So I got to switch those up. And I don't feel like rebuilding them right now. So I'm playing Reinhardt instead.
I mean, Kasai is definitely my favorite in Blitz still. But to shake things up, Lexi. I might bring Lexi to Blitz next week.
Yeah, especially for our casual stuff.
Yeah.
Those sorts of weekends. Now, ProQuest is coming up.
Yeah.
ProQuest 2. Yeah. I don't have a deck to play, so I don't know if I will actually participate.
I will. I'll pull something together.
Do you have an idea what you want to play?
No.
Yeah, I honestly have no
Might
idea.
do Lexi.
Yeah, that's viable. You know what? I might do? I might steal the Kano tech. Because I've been playing the heck out of Kano, right? And so just look at what people are doing here and say, okay, let's see if I can get good enough to play a little bit. I mean, I never expect to win a ProQuest, so I don't care. But have fun with a full CC Kano. I have been waiting for a full CC Kano, and it seems like there's one that's viable. So, all right, cool. Yeah, now I know what
your
I'm gonna
excuses
do.
are
gone. Now I got it. It's solved. Problem solved.
But speaking of ProQuest Season 2, we had our local game store reach out to us and be like, hey, so ProQuest Season 1 sold out immediately.
Yeah.
ProQuest Season 2, there's 4 people registered.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even
Is there
realize
a reason why people aren't registering? And I quickly chimed in and I was like, it's probably because the first one got you an invite to New Jersey,
to here,
which is a reasonable drive from Philly. And the second ProQuest gets you an invite to France.
Yeah.
At an undisclosed location in France.
And time.
In a month.
Yeah, we know the date, but we don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we don't. We know the date.
Yeah.
But that's a little rough.
Yeah.
That trip's a little rough for American. And
expensive
also
and last minute.
A little bit last minute. I mean, I don't know. A month is usually enough time to get a trip sorted out.
But ProQuest just started this week.
Oh yeah, like you don't know if you're going to get to the event or not as a but
so
I feel like you're going because you're. Well, I guess some people are like only if I win sort of thing. I get it. You can always cancel. You can book it and then cancel.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's not the end of the world, but I get.
You still get the thing is you still get the gold cold foil.
Yeah, it's worth doing if you want that sort of thing. I honestly didn't realize it was sort of registration. I mean, I don't honestly care about gold cold foils. I know they're
dope. I would never buy one.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, as a collector, if I got one, I'd be like, that's awesome. Yeah. But I'm not like gonna. Oh, I gotta get one. I'll do everything I can to get one. It's just not my nature.
No.
So I don't know if we want to say anything else, but yeah.
No, I think we can wrap it up. It's a short episode.
Yep.
I'm exhausted. Pro Tour's been fun, but I'm beat.
Yep.
And
I get to go to New York for 2 more conferences.
Yay. Yeah, so when you get back from that, I'm sure we'll regroup, have more thoughts.
Yeah, for sure.
Do more things. And until then, we'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.